Yes, this does look sexy. Yes, this is a Prius. And no, you're not dreaming. The Toyota Prius was first introduced in 1997 and, well, it looked like this. But it had one goal, to be efficient. And for the newest generation, Toyota wanted to take that efficiency and put it in a more sleek and sporty package. The 2023 Prius now has a smooth coupe-like design with hidden rear door handles, a roof that's been lowered 2 inches, a wider rear end, and an overall lower stance with available 19-inch wheels pushed farther into the corners, which brings the look all together. I gotta say, me being the owner of a previous generation Prius, this looks great. It's longer, it's wider, you have these huge wheels and some added horsepower. I mean, who wouldn't want to hypermile this thing? Matter of fact, I'm gonna put some miles on this right now. And then we go, whee! Yes, the Prius finally gets a significant power bump. It now uses a larger 2-liter engine paired with Toyota's 5th generation hybrid system that provides over 60% more power than the last generation. Net power output for front-wheel drive models is now 194 horsepower and 196 horsepower for all-wheel drive models, with 139 foot-pounds of torque for both drivetrains linked to a standard CVT. That means the Prius is now able to sprint from 0 to 60 in 7.2 seconds with front-wheel drive and 7 seconds flat with all-wheel drive. All right, well, we all want to know, how does the Prius feel now? All right. I mean, the Prius feels quicker now. It feels substantially quicker than the last generation. You still get that CVT droning noise, but I mean, I can pass a truck now with no problem. The only problem is when they get behind you, it's still a Prius, they're gonna flash their high beams. Sorry. The Prius is one of 14 electrified vehicles to choose from in Toyota's lineup, and being a significant part of the company's move towards carbon neutrality, it will be the first to wear the Beyond Zero badge. What does that mean for you? Well, Toyota says the Prius will now get up to 57 miles per gallon in combined driving. However, that's achievable on the front-wheel drive base model. Moving up that trim ladder with the inclusion of all-wheel drive will lower those MPGs. Thankfully, there's an EV mode button allowing the Prius to run on battery power at low speeds, and different drive modes to cater to your efficiency needs. Hey, that rhymed. And of course, efficiency is the strong suit of the Prius. And if you want to spice up your commute, there's drive modes like Sport Mode, which makes your throttle response a lot quicker, making you have even more fun on your commute. Or if you're looking to hypermile, there's Eco Mode, which smoothens out your throttle input so you can drive as efficiently as possible. Toyota has improved the brakes on the new generation Prius as well. On the old generation, the one that I have, I feel like coming to a smooth stop was very difficult because the hydraulic brakes just kicked in at the last minute, making you come to a jarring stop. But on this new generation, I feel like the hydraulic brakes in conjunction with the regen braking, they allow you to come to a complete stop nice and smoothly. The new Prius looks great driving down the road. The sleek look and active grille shutters contribute to a drag coefficient of just 0.27, which is also assisted by underbody panels which help reduce drag and road noise. There's a lighter, more rigid body construction, and thanks to the lower center of gravity in addition to a wider stance, the Prius feels more agile than the previous generation. Body roll is unremarkable, and the electronic on-demand all-wheel drive system helps with acceleration off the line and cornering. The Prius all-wheel drive system can send up to 30% of the power to the rear wheels. Let's test that out on this sharp left turn. All right, no tire squeals, but I did feel planted. It's supposed to help out with sharp turns like that or less than ideal conditions, so it can correct for any understeer you might come across. Driving the Prius around town, it feels sportier. I mean, you have that extra power, you're seated lower, and you just feel real comfortable and engaged. but I do miss the weight of the steering on my old Prius. This one is really light. You could control it with one finger. But if you're commuting back and forth to work, or if you're taking a long road trip, that's something to not complain about. There is a bit of road noise that comes inside of the cabin, but I'll give you another complaint. These armrests are rock solid, so you maybe want to get a pillow if you're gonna take a really long road trip. Ooh. Ooh, hands on the road. Hopping inside the Prius, first thing you'll notice is the new layout. They've ditched the center focus screen setup and now has a more traditional system with an information display above the steering wheel and standard 8-inch or available 12.3-inch infotainment screen, both having standard wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with 6 USB-C ports around the cabin. Up front, the Prius is well put together. There is a bit of hard plastics everywhere, and the inboard and outboard armrests are a bit rough and hard. But I do like how the wireless charging system is right here to slot your phone in. And there's also, ta-da, a hidden compartment right here on the center stack. But besides that, the touchscreen operates great. It's nice and clear. And everything is just laid out really nicely in the Prius. Also worth noting, there are no available rear seat vents. However, heated rear seats are optional, but only on the highest trim. Behind those rear seats, you'll have up to 23.8 cubic feet of cargo room to work with, which is lower than the previous generation thanks to the lower roof. But if more space is needed, the rear seats have a 60-40 split for more cargo practicality. I know you're wondering, can someone 6'4" like me fit in a Prius? And the answer is yes. I can slide right in. I got plenty of leg room. I got some good headroom. And the steering wheel has a good range of motion. I wish it went up a little bit more, but it doesn't, because you don't want to block your screen here. And yeah, I can scoot the seat back, but I won't, because let me show you the rear seats, which I'm happy I scoot the seat forward just a little bit because now I have some knee clearance. And if I scoot my head back, my head doesn't graze the ceiling, but if I had a hat on, it probably would. The center position for tall people is definitely a no-go because I am not comfortable. My head is hitting the ceiling and my knees are digging in. But if you scoot over to someone that's not tall like me, you could mosey on in just nice. All right. Keeping you and your passengers safe while moseying down the road is standard Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, which includes range dynamic radar cruise control, lane departure alert with steering assist, pre-collision with pedestrian detection, lane tracing assist, and new to the Safety Sense package, proactive driving assist. This system helps to provide gentle braking through curves, evade obstacles, and while stopped, alerts you when the car in front starts moving via LED light bar just in case you're distracted. Further limiting distractions, Toyota offers an intelligent assistant that awakens when saying, "Hey Toyota," and is able to fulfill light tasks around the cabin. Hey Toyota.
How can I help you?
I'm cold.
Setting the driver's temperature to 77 degrees.
Nice. The Prius has some great visibility outward, to the sides, and over your left and right shoulder. But directly backwards is that small slit of a window, and it's also high. It kind of makes me miss my split window setup in the old Prius, but thankfully, Toyota gives you a suite of safety features. The Prius will come in 3 different trim levels: LE, XLE, and Limited. The LE will start at $27,450, not including a destination charge, and that includes all of the aforementioned standard features: LED headlights, 17-inch alloy wheels with wheel covers, and cloth seats. For just under $31,000, the XLE adds Softex trim heated front seats and 8-way power adjustable driver's seat, wireless phone charging, and 19-inch wheels. And for the top tier Limited Prius, starting at just around $34,500, you will receive a fixed glass roof, powered rear hatch, ventilated front seats with driver memory seat settings, a 12.3-inch infotainment screen with 8-speaker JBL audio system, and available digital rear view mirror. When this arrives in dealerships, it's going to be a hot commodity, but that's why there's KBB.com, so you could get a fair purchase price on the new Prius or a used one. Go on KBB.com so you can start happily hypermiling. The link is up above. Click it for more details. Ever since the Prius hit the road more than 20 years ago, it aimed to be a power player in maximizing MPGs. And with the introduction of the newest generation and anticipation of the plug-in hybrid variant, this version of the iconic efficiency machine is something a lot of people have only dreamt about. And with this bold, sexy new look with power to back it up, I mean, this new generation of the Prius may be a dream come true.